Alright guys, we're going to prime the Aquadex circuit, wet prime. We're going to start by powering on the machine and allowing the machine to go through its self-testing. You'll hear a series of audible alarms at this time as it does its self-test. Then you'll be prompted to hit accept. When you do hit accept, you'll then hear another audible alarm that you'll accept once you hear. After that, we're going to go ahead and get into our circuit, inspect your circuit, make sure everything looks in order. We're going to start mounting our circuit. If you look on the right of the screen, it gives you a list, step-by-step list. That list will come up by pressing prime and then help. As you saw, I started with the raceway, clipped it into place, and then turned the wheel clockwise to load into the raceway. Now with the UF pump, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get the raceway, the tubing around the raceway. And then I'm going to click it into place and rotate the raceway, the bub pump there, until it beeps. When it beeps, it'll move on down to the next section. In the next section, we're going to enter the front sensor, the blood leak sensor, and then we're going to insert the data key. The data key is going to be unique to each circuit. It identifies the circuit. Then we're going to move over to the UF sensor and then the pressure sensor. You see that's color coded, and underneath each input it gives a small diagram of exactly what sensor goes where. All right, next we're going to get the circuit into the blood leak detector. Okay, you just thread that in back and forth and then stretch the tubing. Once done with that, you'll have to hit accept to move on to the next step. Next, we'll go to the air detector and hit accept again on that step. Okay, and this is the crit sensor. The crit sensor goes here on the dock whenever you're wet priming the circuit. Once blood primed, you'll put the crit sensor on the circuit. Now we're putting the UF bag, hanging it from the S hook on the scale. Hit accept when done. Now we're going to hang our priming bag over on the side. This does have to be done. It does sense it over there. We've connected a Prisma spike to the bag and also a Prisma Y to recirculate if needed. We hit accept when done with that. And then we're going to go ahead and connect our lines. First, our return line goes to the UF bag. And then our access line goes to our prime bag. Once everything's open, we're going to hit accept. That's going to begin the priming process. It generally only takes 200 to 300 mils to wet prime a circuit per the manufacturer. Here on the crit sensor, a little air is stubborn at times. Sometimes you have to invert it, thump it, move it around. As you see here, once it primes a while, it tells you to clamp the infusion line. So on the return line, you're going to clamp right before the UF bag and then hit accept. Okay. At this point, it tells you to release the clamp. So you release the clamp here. At this point, you also want to prime your pigtails, just with a 10cc syringe. You're going to unclamp and aspirate on both the access line and on the return line. Okay. Now the circuit's just continuing to prime and get all the air out. Now it tells you to empty the drain bag with a cup or container underneath. You're just going to unscrew and allow the drain bag to empty. Ensure to tighten it fully when done. Okay, and now you would attach the crit sensor if you are about to blood prime this and place it on a patient. And that's the prime.